Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Commander Fodder. So our fodder for this week comes from Judgement, and there's a couple of cards that came up that interest me when I generated a virtual card pool of 6 boosters using MTGen. In the rare slot for my Judgement card pool, I had these 2 cards, Epic Struggle and Test of Endurance. They're both enchantments, and they're both all win conditions. So I thought, well, that's obviously a sign, so why not include both of them? So Epic Struggle is 2 and 2 green. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 20 or more creatures, you win the game. And Test of Endurance is 2 and 2 white. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 50 or more life, you win the game. So I thought, well, I need to find basically a commander that in some way is able to sort of synergize between the two. So something, that when creatures enter the battlefield, for instance, you get life gain based on something about the creature. But also a commander that in some way can increase the number of creatures. So one obvious way to do that is have a facility to either generate tokens or increase the amount of tokens. And what came to mind, jumping up, was Trostani, Selesnia's Voice. So 2 and 2 green, 2 green and 2 white for 2/5. With whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. It has also this activated ability of 1 green white, which is tap and populate. So it creates a token that's a copy of a creature token you control. So obviously I've got to have other cards that are generating tokens. So ultimately, I suppose I want those tokens to have higher toughness than power, or high toughness, should I say. But also have creatures which have high toughness, which is going to raise my life total up higher, so that obviously I have more chance of winning if this is in play. But also that needs to increase the amount of creatures because it helps my life go up, is going to help with this. So if I also alternatively end up with more than 20 creatures, I can win the game. 20 or more creatures, I can win the game that way. You can see I've also snuck in these 2. I've added these after the fact. So as soon as I realised I was going to have this going on, I thought I might as well just increase my chances by having a Felidar Sovereign, which is not only a creature, 4/6 creature, has Vigilance lifelink, but at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 40 or more life, you win the game. And then we've got Rista Redeemed. It's a green white 1/1, 2 green white. Put a 1/1 green and white elf creature token into play, and then 4 green white for each creature token you control. Put a token into play that's a copy of that creature. So it's a bit of a high cost there, but it's for each creature token you control. Whereas Populate simply creates a copy of one creature. So this can get out of control. And I'm probably more interested in this ability here. I mean, it's nice to have this spitting out 1/1 green and white elf warrior creature tokens. But I'm obviously going to have other cards in here that'll be spitting out other tokens which might be a bit more conducive to this ability, but we'll see. But I just wanted to put these in here to force the hand of chance a bit, and I don't do it very often in these episodes, but there is a precedent for this, in I have done it in a previous episodes probably, where I've deliberately added additional cards beyond the commander to just try and force the algorithm in a certain direction, and hopefully this is going to help with that a little bit. or a lot. So anyway, let's get in and see what we get suggested. Going to just see what we get suggested across the board. So this is very much a life gain deck. And, oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm also interested in creatures that populate, because that is very useful. Because casting the creature itself will trigger Trostani's ability, but then this thing of creating a token is also going to create a token of a creature in play, which will then in turn trigger Trostani's ability. Okay, what have we got here? There you go, 1 life for each spell you've cast this turn. Pay 50 life. So it's always interesting as well in these life gain decks. Obviously here we do have a win condition. It's not just a case of us trying not to die. But this is interesting, so it does give me an opportunity to get rid of a player another way with all that life. So yeah, I think that's going to be cool to have that in there. And I mean, I haven't got any creatures yet to generate tokens, but maybe I need a few of these things. Let's see. Other courses you can drive indestructible. Gain life this turn. Okay. That's good. Whenever you attack, choose. Power. It's a shame it's not toughness here, really. Oh, yeah, I can have that just because. Yeah, so anything that really also leverages or synergizes, should I say, with life is going to be nice. Because we're playing green, so we can benefit from ramp. Yeah, I want a lot of populate stuff. And stuff that, like this. You can try and gain destruct once at the end of turn. Oh yeah, of course, Soul Warden. Armada Wurm. His wake's nice. Scroll of the Guardian. So again, anything that leverages off of us. Getting stuff into play. This is interesting. You can use it against yourself. Parallel lives. Rampant growth. Oh, I can't help it. It's my wrath. Good as well, because we've got, as you saw, there's a number of cards that are giving my stuff indestructible. This could be interesting. Let's go to Garruk, spitting out tokens. Good old guild mage. Oh, doubling season. Reliquary, Soul's Attendant. Let's have a look at this deck. Well, I'm going to go for quite a few creatures, I know that much. I'm going to increase our land count at some point. I think I'm pretty happy with the amount of enchantments we've got in here. Let's just look at, I think I'm going to look at the land first of all. Oops. Right. Let's run that. The artwork on that. I'll run it for that reason. Yeah, let's play this, seeing as we've seen it come up. One of those interesting filter lands. As we've spoken about that in this week's deck musings. Okay. So I'll do the usual. Mr. Predictable. We'll start off with 37. See whether it suggests any other planeswalkers that do some interesting counter or token shenanigans. Oh, of course, Ajani. Yeah, bit of that. And then I don't know if I want more enchantments or not. Probably not. Just need to slam it full of creatures, basically, that interact in interesting ways. Although, there are so many populate cards, aren't there? Yeah, this sort of green-white strategy, there's just so much stuff that you could potentially play. Maybe I'll just leave it like that for the moment. It is tempting to get rid of things like this and just play loads of populate stuff. It's turn 8. No, maybe I'll leave it like that for the moment. Well, let's look at some artifacts. Okay. Yeah, okay. Can abuse that. Whenever a non-token creature dies, you may exile that card. If you do, return each. Designer's graveyard. 3. Whenever a non-token. Create a token is a copy of a card. Yeah. Looks like fun. Can I bounce this around? Another win condition. Why not? Here we go. Oh, I didn't make a note there. What do we do? Yeah. Instants and sorceries. Well, what I want to find is stuff that's sort of stapled together with creating tokens, I suppose. Populate. What sort of removal do we want to run here? I suppose the swords, that, second harvest. Looks pretty cool. Oh, fog effect with populate. So much choice. Until your next turn, your life total can't change and you gain protection from everything. All permanents you control phase out. Might be an interesting card to play around with at some point. Maybe I'll do those two. Okay, sorceries. What have you got for me, algorithm? So things like, yeah, Kadama's Reach. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. I'll run that. Harmonise. It's all of it. X life and draw X cards. Makes the number of creatures you control. Draw a card for each creature you control. Let's just load this up with creatures. Okay. Oh. Good old rampaging Balos. Yeah, green-white tokens. Life gain. Right. Okay. Token. Cool. I didn't want to play that. Better run the gaffer. Regal Bunnicorn does. Apparent toughness equal to the number of non-land permanents you control. Well, that could be amusing. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or 2, yeah. See what we've got left. 104 cards. Okay, we've overdone it a bit with the creatures then. Fair enough. We need to... so let's look at the higher cost stuff maybe. Okay. with some stuff here. So 7 for a 7/7 with trample. When you do come with a copy, so it's spitting out 7/7s. So the only thing this is going to pump or make indestructible is other horses generated by this. I'm not running a lot of horses. It does a 5/5 though. And all you have to do is gain life. Do I just remove the mana dorks? I don't know. I want to keep Bunnycorn in there though. Let's just try dropping one land. Okay, let's test this before I do that. And we'll export. Once again, I think this is the sort of deck where you want to build a rough toolkit to do this sort of stuff and then just play around with different cards. Any problem with this as well, potentially, again, there might be some here where it hasn't come up with a cost, but potentially these decks can get expensive. You probably saw there's a number of cards like this. I'm trying to think specifically, where's it gone? Like all those cards that, like Parallel Lives, Doubling Season. Quite expensive cards. Looks like most of the money is in that enchantment package, relatively speaking. Okay, let's just see what we've got. So, what can we do here? Come on, please, Joel. We're stuck already. Not good. So hopefully, just as well. So really, got a choice here. We can get that out. We should get that out. Yeah. Okay. Get these two out. Rather wait until the parent toughness on there would be bigger. That is the only one that's currently castable till now. Now we're getting better. Okay. Yeah, so now we're cooking on gas. Okay, so we're good. So 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Camararie's awake as well. Oh yeah, so everything. Okay, that's easy. So yeah, start getting all of this out. Excellent. Let's see what we've got. Not seeing any of our alt win conditions yet. Okay, let's try a new game. I can't play anything anyway, so I might as well play that. And then it'll untap. Now, anything, looks like this one's going to be a little bit slower. It's Pilgrim. Anything else here castable? Harmonise, I can do card draw. So that's good. Nothing else though. Let's cast that. 1, 2, 3. 4. Generous gift. It's the growing ranks, which is cool. What's this do? mana stuff together. So at the moment, total of 6 mana on board. So that would be castable. That if I wanted to, that is phage. But really, the other thing I keep forgetting about is I really want to cast this. Although it's a bit of a problem because it's sort of unprotected. But anyway, and of course, once I start casting all my creatures, so obviously the idea is to get this out as soon as possible, really. Yeah, my life starts going up. One more hand. I think I might need to work with my mana base a bit. There's my one of my all-win conditions. Lightning Greaves. Well, I might as well get stuff out. I do need double white for that, that's the other thing. It's castable. Hurrah, 1 white. That's now castable, which means I can also generate mana of any colour next turn. Okay, so now I can get my commander out, equip it with that. Cool. All green. So I think now everything here is potentially castable. Yep. Good. Okay, I think I'll stop there. Quit while I'm ahead. So that was interesting. So yeah, definitely, you know, oops. Yeah, I clicked the right thing there. Back to deck. Yep. Definitely needs a bit of work with this one actually. Rebalance the deck, maybe work a bit on my mana base, maybe add back in some mana dorks and have a look at the top end here. I'm pretty happy with the enchantments. There might be a few lower cost sorceries I could also add, I suppose, to help just smooth out my mana a bit, maybe. But there we have it. As always, I'll include the deck listing in the description. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I'll catch you in a future episode.